Mr. and Mrs. Homeowner, earlier we referenced the manufacturing equipment where we could manufacture in a tolerance of 1/32. You know, industry standards is 1/8 of an inch. This is 1/32 of an inch. And we recited here that the corners are all welded at the same time, which gives you that airtight feel. And when you look at your air infiltration ratios from AMA, our vinyl window has a 0.02 on the air infiltration ratio, which National Fenestration Rating Council does not test. So this is the manufacturing facility that welds the entire window. All 12 corners on the window are all fusion welded, so there's no air or water that can come through. They're joined by heat. If you see here, again, all welded on the corners. So what that means is there's no vulnerability for water to infiltrate inside the house. Okay. Now the windows go up and down easy. The lift rail is integrated into the frame itself. So it's welded as part of the lineal itself. It's not a snap-on piece. For a lot of snap-on pieces will just fly up and off. Okay. So this is welded as part of the window. Okay. On both the top and the bottom. Okay. Now if you look around the perimeter of the window, it has this nice contour bead all the way around it. It's designed that way for aesthetics to mirror a wood window. So it looks like a wood window as well. Now although this is in wood grain, it comes standard in white. And there's several different colors you can choose from as well. So again, all corners are welded. The sash tilts in for easy cleaning. You have 1, 2, 3 strips of fin weather stripping. You see that little plastic fin in there? It's a fin feel weather stripping. It's made of wool, so it'll last a lifetime. And at the center, where there's vulnerability for air infiltration ratio of 1, 2, 3 strips of weather stripping here, another one inside here, and an interlock system where both the top and the bottom interlock together. And when the lock is shut, it's a cam lock design, so it's designed to compress the two windows together. So there's no air infiltration ratio here. On the bottom, you have a bulb seal weather stripping and another thin seal weather stripping. Now if you look over here, Mr. Homeowner, on the bottom you're going to have these 2 lips that come up. So what happens is, see this weather stripping is compressed on that leg, another leg comes all the way up here, another weather stripping here. So in order to get any air infiltration in here, it has to bend around several 90-degree angles. So that helps reduce any air infiltration ratio. And again, when we talk about air infiltration ratio, I reference back to the American Architectural Manufacturing Association, where they say they want a 0.30 to be AMA certified. A lot of people are AMA certified. The problem is if you're a typical wood window and you're AMA certified, it's at a 0.21 air infiltration ratio. Typical vinyl one is at 0.18. Our Elegance double hung window is at a 0.02. So when we look at the air infiltration ratio, it's 14 times more airtight than a traditional vinyl window in the marketplace. And again, both sashes will tilt in for easy cleaning. The same triple weather stripping on the bottom is the same on the top. Weather stripping here, and then there's a compression right here inside the frame that it goes up against as well. Now for added security, we have ventilation locks. So the window is airtight and locked in place when it's open. What you do is just press those in and down. The screens themselves are locked in place, so another added little security. When it slide that up, you just have to lift up and slide down. Now, any window wider than 28 inches will get 2 locks. This window here has a recess locking mechanism. And what's interesting and unique about this recess locking mechanism, other than giving you a nice, clean, easy surface, is that the way the screws are drilled in. The screws are drilled in horizontally, where most are surface mounted and drilled in. Well, this is drilled in horizontally, so it helps us on the security side, and on the back side as well, it's drilled in horizontally. Now, in the center of the interlock rail, we have what's called Kevlar reinforcement. So it's a non-conductive, a lot of people use metal. This is a stiffener in here, so it helps stiffen the sash where the lock is. So it'll never smile or bow like a lot of traditional vinyl windows will. that's Kevlar in the center. Now, in the frame, as you can see here pictured, we have this polyurethane foam frame, so all the internal sections are filled with foam. So it keeps it warmer in the wintertime and cooler in the summer, and it adds to the insulation value of the overall performance of the window. Now when you look at the overall performance of a window, the National Fenestration Rating Council has rated this window Energy Star, qualified in all 50 states. Now there's some that would just qualify locally. Now, why we chose to manufacture a window qualified in all 50 states is because we have the extremes. It can be very cold like Alaska in the wintertime and very hot like Texas or Florida in the summertime. So this window is guaranteed to save you energy if you live in any of the 50 states. So if you think of the extremes in the cold in the wintertime in Alaska, the extreme heat in the summertime in Florida and Texas, we get that here. So this is a window that will save you money year round. We test for the U factor. That's the winter performance. The lower the number, the better, because it talks about how much energy is emitting through the window. So the lower the number, the better. 0.201, the lowest in the industry. Solar heat gain, that's the summertime. How much heat is coming through in the summertime? Driving your air conditioning up. So lower number here, the better. Again, we want to keep the heat back to the original source, whether it's hot outside, whether it's hot inside. We want to keep the heat back to the original source. Now, what you want to watch for is you see the window has a slight tint to it. This has a visible light transmittance of a 0.37. The higher the number, the better there. We have a great balance between the U factor, solar heat gain, and visible transmittance. The other number that you want high is condensation resistance factor. If you get a lot of sweating in your window, you have a lot of humidity in the house, a higher number here will help reduce any sweating in between the window or on the windows itself. Any condensation that never occurs in between the two panes of glass represents a seal failure, so that would be a lifetime warranty. So any condensation that you could touch inside or outside is not a warranted issue. It's a condition of the environment and the relative humidity and the surface temperature. That's why you have condensation between that. So that's the inside of the window, nice and clean and easy. Wouldn't you agree, Mr. Homeowner? On the exterior of the window, it has a nice contoured bevel. Again, you got the welded corners all the way around it, which are screen locked in place. Comes standard with a half screen. You can do a full screen if you'd like. Contoured bevel. And what's nice about that contour bevel, you see it sticks out a little bit here, about an inch. It doesn't look like a vinyl replacement window when it's installed, because as that contour, it's designed to look like a storm window in its place. So that's the window. The glass we covered earlier, we have the Elegance Triple, we have the Elegance Double, and we have the Optima Double, and we have the Radiance, which is the developer's window. Any questions, Mr. and Mrs. Homeowner?
Nope. Perfect.